Okay, I can't make clouds for crap. Okay.
All right. I see. Cloud. Nice.
Doesn't even look like a cloud. I'm trying to like introduce atmospheric pressure into this to make it more realistic, and that's not possible.
All right, so I don't know if anyone's here. Everyone fleed when no one came on at 4 o'clock. Or what is it, 5 for you?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see the time. Wait, oh, I'm doing this wrong. Right there. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to do like a, I mean, you might call it green line quirking.
Oh yeah.
Basically, I'm going to draw a line wherever Bosch, like exactly where Bosch is.
What do you mean?
That a whole bunch. Like the frame. I'm gonna like frame map Bosch. I'm gonna, because if I'm drawing a gravity well for every, like as if I'm making a chain, except nothing's actually gonna happen.
All right.
Not that car. Oh wait.
I have to continue seeing this cloud, or this mushroom cloud that is. It's like broccoli. It's not even straight.
All right. So I'll make this super slow. Auto.
Disguising the shoulder stack is potentially the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Why did I make this?
I don't even know why you decided to scene that thing. The thing was kind of a monster to try to scene.
Could have just made it like a black, just like glob, fully filled in with black. I like the idea of it being like an explosion though, because it would make sense.
Yeah, that would make sense.
He's like, there's nuclear testing in the desert. I mean, there was.
Is that the idea for this thing? Is a desert?
I don't know. I'm thinking I might just go with the desert for now, or just a rocky landscape in general.
Hey, Dap is back.
Hey, Dap.
The broadcast.
It's also Gaoyubao.
Oh, and Gal.
I still have to make sure it's him.
Lamenting your choice of track to scene.
Because it's my only readily available sceneable track.
It's not even a sceneable track.
It's not. I'm
You're
going
just
for the
doing
record.
it anyway.
I know. I just wanted something to scene. I'm going for the line record with this 40-second track. I'm already at 1,300.
So, can you see what I'm doing here? I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
you're mapping frames. Alright, yeah, this makes a lot more sense than just seeing like huge green lines. Are you gonna make a track around him in all green?
Animation is the plan.
Alright.
Actually, I should lock it. I should XY lock this thing.
You haven't?
Yeah, I didn't yet.
Oh.
Didn't bother. Now I am.
Alright, good. Now, the sun is right here. Alright.
So the idea is that it'll be like text. It'll be like the lyrics of the song.
Oh.
And they're gonna go like it's gonna be kind of like a line of text, but it's gonna look like it's static because every frame they're gonna be in the same place. And I had this idea in 2009, which is before Serial made fun.
There was that one...
Which I can't claim. I mean, I can't claim that I invented it because I just had the idea, but I did think this up before he made that.
There was the one track by DevRay that was like actually stop motion. I don't know if it was by DevRay, but it was like one of those guys.
It was iPie. iPie made... Well, he made like a GIF.
Mm.
And it was a box that was bouncing in a... Or it was like a little cube that was bouncing back around in a box.
Oh, alright.
Point this up so I can see if it's making sense.
Okay, time to do some classic shading.
Okay, that's better.
I'm going for the perspective shading on this one, on this whole track.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if that's going to be like a successful look, but I'll just...
What do you mean by perspective shading?
Like instead of like grid shading or grid lines, I'll do grid, but it's warped by like where the sun is. I don't know how to... I don't really know how to...
Like cross hatching except away from the sun?
Yeah, like the way that it's angled is based on its perspective to the sun.
Yeah.
Although that would be really weird because I'm not going to use the same sun for everything because this track's really spread out.
Oh, I see. The angle of it is...
Yeah.
Cool.
This turns out alright. This is more of a dark cloud, so... Full on crosshatch it.
If anyone's watching, you can feel free to let us know if you can't hear either of us or anything like that. I think I have it pretty well set up here then.
You usually have pretty good audio management, so...
Thank you. I spend like way too much time trying to decide. I should talk slightly louder. I think that what that actually means is I should turn up my microphone a little bit.
I should talk slightly quieter.
Just turn up like 2 dB. See if that helps.
Add texture dots.
So, we're doing a collab, right?
Yes. Okay.
Let's talk about that.
I've had a few ideas.
Okay.
Okay. It's gonna be scened, obviously.
Yes. That was established.
I think I like the style of the beginning of Comfortably Numb because that's like seen as you make the track.
Yeah.
But that'd be kind of hard in a collab base if it's like a larger than that track because
yeah.
I didn't even like expect to make a longer thing than just the beginning. So I had the entire track made and then I like split the beginning scenery.
Yeah. I mean, I had like half of Bolt to the Wall. I guess I had like a third of it totally scened before I like finished the track, and then I had like the track done and like a third of the track scened before I decided that I needed to add more detail to the first part and then split it. So you can always make it work.
I mean, it's so hard not to like just scene the track, because sometimes when like you're done finally with the track, you're like, I don't really feel like scening it anymore.
That's kind of what happened to this one that I'm scening right now.
Oh.
I came up with the idea in 2009, and then I like finished it. I finished the track finally in like 2011 or 2012 or something, and then I just haven't started on the scenery yet. Like I know like at least I know the beginning. Like I know what the beginning is gonna look like, and then I was gonna see where to go from there.
Is this the one? I'm not sure. Like, have you streamed this track before?
I streamed this naked track before, yeah.
Okay, because I remember you working on like this really high-speed hand fling.
High-speed hand fling. That might have been this one. Actually, I probably was this one.
So
Yeah,
I can't remember when it was. But...
This track has like my only decent quirking ever. I mean, by that I mean it has flings, and the flings don't suck. Except some of them do, but that's okay. Because scenery will make it all better.
Are you going to see in the whole thing?
Yep. Like, it's not long. It's like 30, 40 seconds. It's like the same length as yours.
Alright. Except yours is about way faster. And but yours is going to be like...
yours is pretty fast.
yours is... I mean, you're just like... If you're going to do like the frame-by-frame like thing, then you're going pretty fast.
Yeah, that's true. No, it's a high-speed track. I'll just come out and say it.
Yeah.
It's a scened high-speed track.
The first. Would it be the first?
Doesn't Cedo count?
That isn't too high speed. That's like the highest speed in Cedo is probably like the highest speed in this, probably less than the highest speed in this. I think it just looks fast. Yeah, we do need a high speed standard. I think it just because tracks can look really not high speed, and they can look really high speed when they're like the opposite.
I mean, zoom level kind of makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Like Omniverse 2, if you watch that track, it's not actually that high speed, but it's because you zoomed way in, it looks really fast.
You have the soul of that, don't you?
I do actually have the soul of that. I don't remember what the top speed was, but it was like 40 or something.
Oh, jeez.
I know, right? You're like, wait, 40?
40.
It looks so fast that he zooms way in.
40 out of this tube. Speed between 25 and 50.
Okay, so you like the idea of making scenery and the track at the same time?
I'm not sure 100% about that.
Not
yet.
sure. Okay.
Because it makes for a much more natural scened experience, but at the same time it becomes harder and harder as you go on. So.
Looks pretty good, isn't it? They wobble a little, but
yeah, it's more or less like it's not something you really notice.
And the wobble will kind of make it more cool to watch.
Yeah, gives it more of like a not like super nanometer precise thing. Gives it more character.
Yeah, character. That's the word. I'm thinking about when it's this slow, maybe doing every other or maybe even every third frame. Just because then it would...
If you did that, it would like kind of start blinking into existence.
Yeah, it would like flicker, which would be cool.
Huh.
Especially like every third, it would be like this cool flickering thing.
I've always wanted to make like a every third frame fling. I know Splash did a few in that one track.
You know, something crazy is that I was watching Silent Flame like 10 times in slow motion because I was recording that thing.
Yeah.
And he actually, like, there's so many flings in that are like not really flings because they'll be like, you know, this frame and then 2 frames later another well and then 1 frame later another well and then 2 frames later another well, and it looks really smooth though. And I was like, huh, that's funny. You don't have to do like every frame or every other frame for it to look good. I think Hedge was the one who started really going hard on the like what's every other frame and what's every frame, and like really paying close attention to what frames was being affected on what.
Yeah, I kind of ignored the perspective for like this. This looks like a weird mess of lines. So I'm gonna pour some
Just dump some more lines on it. That'll make it better.
Dump some texture dots.
All right. So, any ideas for like a? You said you want to do some kind of adventure track, but like.
Yes, an adventure
thoughts
track.
on like, what's the adventure?
I don't know. It's kind of harder to find what an adventure track is. I would say like.
We don't have to define what it is. Let's just, I mean, what would be interesting for us to make is the important thing.
Something like it has to have not really like an adventure track, but like it has to have a sense of adventure. Like Jagged Peak, that's an adventure track.
Yeah,
because
he
goes somewhere, and he has a place where it ultimately ends up.
You know, I just realized I should probably be making these to his butt because he's spinning, and if I make it to his nose is gonna move.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll make him do his butt.
I wonder how this looks at this point. I think the texture lines give it something, maybe. I'll experiment with these. Do the breathtaking silence leaf thing where he stacks like single layers of lines upwards towards the middle of the object.
Okay, so I'm trying to think about you know something that an idea that I've had for a while.
Huh.
I would love to do a post-apocalyptical track, except like End of the World, except make it more like fleshed out. Like End of the World was pretty bare in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm. Just like a early scenery track. A lot of them were like that.
Yeah. But like this in my head, it's like he like comes out and it's kind of like End of the World, except it's like a whole city, and it's all ruined, and there's like I don't know, destruction everywhere or whatever, and then he like goes like let's see. So there's destruction everywhere, and he's going around the city. And then he goes into like this big building, and then goes down in like underground into all these tunnels and stuff.
Yeah. And
then he comes out in this like space station area looking place, and then he gets in a rocket ship and he leaves. And the end is like, well, you remember Nova by Sorvius? What he was trying to. Well, do you know what he was originally planning on doing for that?
No, I don't really remember. I just
he
remember
like
tracks.
Told me about it on MSN one time. One of the few times that we chatted on MSN, and it was like his original plan was that Bosch would go up, and then there'd be like more and more like black lines coming down, and then it would become black, and so then he'd go into space basically. And he said that when he made it, it like, well, I think one, he just got lazy, but two, it was like he drew like really long lines, and because he drew really long lines, he like the spacing was off, so then when he zoomed in, it like looked really crappy, and then he was like, screw this, I'll just not do this. So, but I was like, that was like sounded like a really cool idea to actually do sometime.
Yeah,
and I was like, hey, I'm stubborn enough that I could actually make that happen.
I mean, Sorvius is kind of like an impatient guy.
Yeah, it's true.
So, probably the most impatient guy. He was the first impatient guy, some might say. If you did that, you could put like, I don't know, people usually hide like random Easter eggs, but in like an adventure track with an event happening, you could put Easter eggs that would like relate to the event and how it started and like things about it.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so cool. Like Easter eggs that actually meant something.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Like well, you remember the game that I'm working on right now, Hero, right? There's like all sorts of Easter eggs in that track, or not in that track, in that game.
Say what? Huh?
It's like there's like a whole bunch of Easter eggs in that game where it's like we know what happened to his people, but you don't know. It's like you just sort of are there and you can maybe figure some of it out, but I mean that's not like the important thing.
Yeah.
And so it'd be really cool to do a track that had stuff like that in it, where it's like, I know what happened in this world, but I'm only going to show you part of it, and then you can figure out however much you can figure out.
Like a good show, as an example, is like Adventure Time. They never say it flat out, but like there's clues that hint to like a war and stuff.
Oh yeah, I literally just started watching Adventure Time. Like,
oh really?
Like last week or something? I don't remember. But yeah.
Like they never say it flat out, but like you know how it happened through like things in the background.
Yeah.
And like why everything's like it is.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't really get to watch. I don't really watch TV.
I don't really watch TV much either these days.
This is a really dirty cloud. Maybe putting all those texture dots was a bad idea. I'm reading chat, except the things you guys are saying don't pique my interest. I'll answer every question asked so far. What are we both seeing? I'm seeing Eighth Wonder. Rabid?
I am seeing a track that I don't know the name for yet.
Ooh.
I don't know. I called it Slam, but that's just a working title. I don't like that title. I want to make it something else.
Like
I don't know yet.
Call it like Apollo. Just
Apollo.
For like the code name Apollo, right there. And then when you release it, you can call it something else. But everyone's like, "Oh, we thought you were releasing Apollo, because you said Apollo so many times." But really, it's this name.
That sounds like a brilliant idea.
Okay. I could put rocks. I couldn't put rocks. Okay, no other questions.
We have answered all the questions, now we can go back to ignoring them forever.
Yep. We'll answer them every 10 minutes.
Okay, so do you like this idea of Apocalypse, or do you want to do something else?
Apocalypse seems like a pretty good idea. Because there's a lot you could do. There's a lot of leeway for events.
So, if we're going with that idea, general trajectory would be like he starts out in a city, and then he goes underground, and then when he's underground, he gets to like the rocket launch station.
Yes.
And then he like launches into space, and then it becomes black.
Okay. I think for like the start, I mean, it would kind of like he goes like into like a bunker kind of thing at the end of it to go to the space area, you know.
Yeah.
But like if he started coming out of a bunker, like you start in it, and like the camera maybe zoomed in, or like it's the same zoom, but it's just kind of hidden what's out of the bunker, and then he gets out, and then you see like a huge like a wall of visuals, and it's like whoa.
Sorry, say that again. So he's in a bunker.
He's in a like they started out. You're in like a place where you don't know where he is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But then like you get out of where he is, and then it's like whoa, this is happening right in front of my eyes. But then that brings up another question: how? This is like a flat sled track, right? Like it's like a. I mean, it's an adventure track, so it had to be something.
I think that like. I don't want to say like all flat sled necessarily, but like definitely tricks would be secondary to any like plot. So we'd like sketch out a general idea for the scenery, and then I don't know if he's like does a nose manual on a building, like I don't care, but like
scenery first, track later.
Yeah, but like no like giant curves right through an area where we're gonna draw a city, because that would make it difficult to draw the city.
It should be very perspective based. Maybe only a little, but it should be
Oh yeah,
hint of real.
Perspective is hard. But yeah, definitely like the city should not be like Super Mario. It should be like Super Mario 64.
There you go.
And by that I mean it should be like some attempt at three-dimensional lookingness. like maybe not perspective, but like what orthogonal view is? It's like perspective without the like things in the distance or smaller stuff. Well, I know we have to do that too, because there's no way to show a city without it getting smaller. Yes, I did. I didn't watch the whole thing because I don't know Super Mario Sunshine, but I saw like the very end of it. But anyway, back to the topic.
Yes.
What were you saying, Chuggers?
What was I saying? Oh, wait. I don't know.
The thought of cereal's manliness distracted you.
Well, so many other things were said before I remembered what I was gonna say, so I kind of forgot.
All right.
This cloud is gonna be the worst part of my track.
Oh, hey, Ghosty's here.
Hi, Ghosty.
Look, Ghosty, it's a scenery party on the stream. We're talking about scenery. I'm making scenery. Well, I'm preparing to make scenery. I'm making like a weird. I don't know. I'm planning scenery, and he's making scenery.
Oh, I think I have my idea. Wait, I don't remember. Crap.
You had an idea, but you don't remember the idea?
I think it was for the track.
Yeah? Oh, wait, no, it's something about a wall of visuals, and you were like, he's in the bunker, and then there's this wall of visuals. You mean like, he's in the bunker, you don't know where he is, and then he leaves the bunker, or?
I would assume so.
I mean, eventually he's gonna have to, but like, what do you mean by a wall of visuals?
Like when you get out, like, I'm trying to think of like an example here.
Okay.
In I don't know, like he goes through the door of the bunker, and then he sees like this huge like view, and it's like the main. I don't know. It's made. I guess it's like a monument, really, in like the most simple terms. But it's basically
when he goes to the door.
Yeah, when he exits the door, and then you're like presented with a huge like.
Here's what I'm picturing is like, he comes out of the bunker, and he's like up high in like a cave somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you see a city in the distance, and then he comes down, and then he's in the city.
That's a good idea. That's way more realistic. Of like a exit into like an area. What if there's like Mount Rushmore, but it's destroyed, and it's like a hat tip off to a tech dog.
Oh, that'd be awesome. You put that somewhere in there.
Except nobody.
I want to put it like I want to put it like in the distance, like a broken Mount Rushmore.
Like the only problem I can see with that is that it would not be realistic at all because nobody lives in South Dakota. There are no cities.
That's true. No one cares.
Cities. Yeah, it was such a big.
They moved all the monuments to one city, and then the apocalypse happened.
Such a big nuclear blast. It picked up the mountain and moved it. Like
it moved Mount Rushmore to New York City.
Like we could make no sense. We could put like the Statue of Liberty like destroyed next to like destroyed Mount Rushmore, like the pyramids of Giza in the background.
All the monuments. I don't think I want to go that route. Okay. I think maybe like we start to get silly here.
Spike of realism.
Mount Rushmore is actually on wheels.
Whole time.
It's all a conspiracy. It actually rolls. How do you think they got it to South Dakota, huh?
Yeah, really. Obviously made it. They made it in North Dakota. They had to, roll it over there.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
I'm not even sure why I'm continuing this cloud texturing business because it is.
I think you're kind of overkilling it here.
I'm trying to like show the density of the cloud based on like the perspective of the cloud. Because
actually, that looks good. No, show it in play mode again. That actually looks like way better in play mode than you think it's going to.
Okay. I'm trying to
You need a little more shading on the white area.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
And you need something that I do sometimes is like you erase a bunch of stuff and then you you draw a bunch of stuff and then you erase parts you want to highlight, and that can work sometimes. So maybe try that.
Like I'm trying to do like mesh of the cloud with dots.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Really...
You're doing like curves with the dots.
Mm-hmm. I just hope it turns out all right. Like it's working more in this big area than it is in these shaded areas when I was like still learning how to do it.
Yeah. Maybe just go back and do those parts.
I probably will. The sun, I don't know, it's so dense on these like behind the sun parts, and then when you get to the part where it's a little behind the sun, it's just this goes from black to white basically. And the stack gets in the way, but it kind of gives like another kind of, it gives it the mesh feel because it does kind of wrap with the cloud. All right.
So what city should he be in if we're not going to make him in like a hodgepodge of random cities?
I mean, it could be Boschtown, USA.
Boschtown, USA.
Have like a, oh my god, instead of like the Statue of Liberty, we could have like Bosch's head on the Statue of Liberty. That'd be so funny. That wouldn't fly though. That's not serious.
That wouldn't really, yeah, it's not really. It sounds like we're trying to make a serious apocalypse here, not like a silly apocalypse.
It's gotta make sense. No Bosch statues of Liberty.
We should put Mount Rushmore with every head is Bosch.
Oh my god. just the same head 4 times in a row. Because in this universe,
Bosch, and Bosch.
Everybody looks like Bosch in this universe. Bosch is the only human. But cities, I mean, I wouldn't say like New York because that's kind of overdone. But
so maybe not Statue of Liberty. Maybe
Chicago. I mean, there's no real like
Golden Gate Bridge. That could be a cool thing to draw.
Ooh, that would actually work very well. Is this like a rideable, drawable monument?
Well, yeah, it could be like, yeah,
big old.
You can come down and like ride it. That'd be so great. And that'd be like iconic. It'd be like, look. And it could be like crumbling and stuff, and be like, "Look, it's the Golden Gate Bridge, and it's crumbling. Therefore, apocalypse."
Okay, this is a stretch. We could make these things to scale. Okay.
I don't think we want.
This is the biggest stretch.
I think the best thing for us to do would just be look at pictures of whatever city we want to do, like a whole bunch of pictures, and then like draw it.
I think it has to. I think Bosch's size should make sense.
I think when he actually rides a Golden Gate Bridge, it'd be really sweet to make it like look like he's, I don't know, the size of a large person.
Maybe like his sled is the size of a small car.
Yeah.
And then just put it on like a road. And maybe like the middle's missing or something, and he does maybe maybe he falls in.
I'm thinking this Golden Gate Bridge is going to be enormous if that's the size. That's the scale.
Well, it'll make it easier for splitting. That's all that matters.
Well, my fear is that if the Golden Gate Bridge is that big, are we going to be able to see it and tell that it's the Golden Gate Bridge?
Zoom out.
Zoom way out into like this giant monument. The whole track is at zoom 50. It's just the whole thing is like enormous.
How tall is?
We're gonna set the line record in the first 10 seconds.
How tall is the Golden Gate Bridge? 220 feet. That's 67 meters. Bosch is like what, like a meter and a half?
We'll say he's like, yeah, so 67 meters. Let's say that's gonna be 50 Bosches. No, yeah.
50 Bosches, but that's top to bottom.
So
yeah. Like that's only like 25.
That's so huge.
Okay,
okay, so maybe not to scale.
Look at
he
Bosch.
did that.
Like, okay, this is about the height of my screen right now is about how tall it would be. That's not that bad. That's not the biggest monument.
That's true. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad actually.
And it's just a bridge. Bridges are easy. Like, there's really like no high detail in them. Actually, that's a false.
No, Gal,
line.
he's not gonna come from the North Bay. He's gonna come down out of his mountain. It doesn't exist because there's no mountains next to Chicago, but I don't care. Apocalypse created a mountain, and he's gonna fall onto the Golden Gate Bridge and ride it into whatever is the other direction. I don't know what's going in the other direction, but yeah.
What if instead of a mountain, he's hiding in like a redwood, like
Like a giant redwood?
big old redwood tree?
Yeah, because those would survive the apocalypse.
Yeah. So like, he climbs out of his redwood tree. Cause like the Golden Gate Bridge leads to a place with redwoods. I learned that from Planet of the Apes.
Really?
Yes, that is a true fact. That would probably not make any sense because
That would not make. I don't understand how a nuclear bomb could just like decimate the Golden Gate Bridge and not decimate the redwood that he was in.
Probably got like out by the park ranger for living in a redwood tree. Also, that's the bigger problem here that we're facing. So, I'm not really sure. I mean, the mountain could work. Like any general cave.
Maybe we should scratch this idea of it being an actual city because I can't think of a good city that would people would recognize stuff and it would be.
Just make it so decimated there's nothing to recognize, except for like particles of buildings.
I still think we can make like a bridge that looks like the Golden Gate Bridge, but we don't have to copy it. They could just be like a cool monument for him to ride on, and something to be destroyed, and something to be like, hey, it's a bridge, therefore city.
A generic suspension bridge.
Yes, genericsuspensionbridge.com. Go register that URL right now. It's gonna be hot stuff. After we make this track.
It's not even, I can't even like get to it.
Exactly, that's why we need to register it before someone else on the site does. Don't actually do it.
I can't even send me to a place, it just gives me to nothing.
That's because it doesn't exist. No one made a generic suspensionbridge.com.
Well, usually when it doesn't exist, it's something like GoDaddy or something, like a hosting site. This one just skipped that and went straight to doesn't exist. Alright.
That means it like really doesn't exist.
Yeah. Who made that? Was it Hockey Man or somebody like that who made that? It was kind of like Breathtaking Silence in the fact that it was like different tracks that make up like one large thing, and it was all scened, and there was like an underwater part, and there was like a city that was on fire part.
I do not remember this track at all.
What was that guy's name? Like Hockey Maniac?
Hockey Midget 2? 22?
Was it Hockey? I don't know if it was Hockey Midget. I remember him having a dumb
I remember a guy named Hockey Midget on the old IRTL, but I do not remember a guy named Hockey Man.
I know he joined on like October 31st or something. That's the one thing I remember.
Great, I know exactly who he is now.
What was his number? Hockey Midget 02?
I don't know. I don't know what his number was.
Hockey Midget 2.
Just search for like Hockey Midget Line Rider and see if he comes up. Hockey Dude? Ghosty says maybe it was Hockey Dude.
Might be Hockey Dude. I never know whether to like search one word line writer or then Hockey Space Dude. Oh boy. I think it might be him.
Look at this. There goes Bosch, and he's fallen, he's fallen, he's fallen, he's fallen, and then lines that line up with him and stuff, but don't affect him.
Okay. Well, he couldn't post links because for some reason members can't post links until 7 days after they've joined the site.
I changed that. I finally found the setting. It was in the root admin account.
Oh.
Don't talk to me about it. I should have changed it back in 2009. I didn't know.
Alright, at this point... Okay, this was like 4 years ago. So that's I don't think it was this track or this guy. It might be Hockey Midget. I'll search that name. Because this has some examples of things that I think might have been like needed or good things to base it off of. Because there's not really too many end of the world tracks to like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like actual midget videos that are coming up. These are things I don't want to see. Midget 02. Please be 02. I'm sick of seeing midgets.
Did you search hockey midget line rider?
Yeah,
You put line rider in quotes?
Oh no, I didn't.
Try that.
Is that okay? Is it all one word?
No, line rider with a space, but in quotes.
Okay, I think we're getting closer. No more midgets. Oh no.
Ghosty suggests like Hockey Dude 101. You might want to try that.
Dude, because Hockey Dude is a different person.
Okay, so it's not Hockey Dude.
I think it's Line Rider Dude you're thinking of. Or
Line Rider Dude? We had like 3 Line Rider Dudes. We had like LRD, Line Rider Dude, and Line Rider _ Dude.
I mean,
or like a Line Rider Dude 123. I think there were like 4 different people.
Yeah.
Too many people labeled themselves as Line Rider Dude.
Yeah. I think Zippin should come back. Remember Zippin? From like
I do.
2005?
He made some cool scenery that one time.
And he quit. He's like, he was a cool guy. Yeah, but he made this big old. I'm watching.
Ghosty is gonna change his name to Dude Line Rider.
on ELR or something like. Yeah, I made like a fake account, like an alt account, and I used the name like Line Rider Man 555 because it's so realistic. Like you would expect someone named like Line Rider Friend 33336 to be like a fake account.
That's true. I probably wouldn't expect that.
It just seems like a 5-year-old got loose on the computer, started doing bad things.
Terrible things like making an account on linerider.com.
Terrible thing.
It's a terrible thing. No one should ever make an account on linerider.com. Make sure your kids never do that. Have you watching? It's very important.
Accounts is the biggest law in the whole world.
No, not dupe accounts. Just any account.
Oh, I was saying in the way that is like a dupe account because you would never expect Line Rider cool guy 6403 to be a fake.
It's true. I've never seen a line. Now you're gonna give all the trolls in the chat ideas because all those people in the chat are trolls.
Okay,
all of them. They're all gonna go make dupes called Line Rider Dude now.
Line Rider Enthusiast. There you go. That's a lot more like expected to be a dupe account because who the hell would make the name?
Who would make their name Enthusiast?
Line Rider Enthusiast. In the new description of the site, we are Line Rider Enthusiasts, and it makes us seem like we're a lot more dumb.
Pretentious.
Serious. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Line Rider Enthusiast. It sounds pretentious. I am very enthusiastic about this game called Line Rider.
Yeah. We're not really enthusiastic about it. Just get out of my face.
Yeah.
But like he was hyping up this scenery track for like a year and a half, or like a year, maybe not even that.
Wait, I do remember this now.
It was like there was like an underwater part. He had like a reef.
Yeah. How do I not remember what this was called? This Ghosty, you were around. What was this track?
And there was a car that was on fire.
Wait, there was a car that was on fire? That was End of the World.
No. This is a different one with a separate car that was on fire and a building that was on fire.
Oh, I do remember this now. Oh my gosh. What is this? What is this track?
It's like maybe it was Hockey Midget. I just don't know what his freaking thing is, and I'm afraid to look any longer.
Okay, I'm gonna take one of the team here.
Rabid, no. No. Wait, I can just look at the user base. List. Hockey. How many hockey? Hockey Midget 8. Oh my god.
Hockey Midget 8, I was right.
Are you kidding me? Hockey Midget 8.
I'm going to videos. I'm gonna find him.
I don't even think it was Hockey Midget 8 because I'm looking at his thing now, and these are some like disturbing tracks. Actually, this might be it. It looks like it's seen, but he has 1 subscriber, so it's probably not him.
This might be the guy I was remembering, but it might not be the good.
Yeah,
Might be the right
I don't think it is him.
person.
Oh, we had to point out in scenery that those manuals were all blue in a scenery track. That really helps the immersion. Okay, so we're back on a mission to find this track.
Dang it.
Like, he was hyping it up a lot in his preview thread. That's all I remember. And like, he posted like little images of his like reef thing in like the process of him making it. It's one of the few things I remember from Are the Lines that
It's gonna be like Line Rider Apocalypse car burning.
Only Google was that good. Only Google had anything.
We came up with Xenon by Charlie Bone and Jam.
Sam and Xenon both have burning cars.
Pretty much. Xenon is a Unbound track, actually.
Oh, maybe there's a car burning.
Lots of
Maybe it's because I'd rather burn a car than play Unbound.
post-apocalyptic brown Buick shoots fire. I
We
don't
could use
even
that
know
as
what that is.
post-apocalyptic. We could use that as a reference for a post-apocalyptic track. Buick shooting flames.
Line Rider Apocalypse. There's a lot of Line Rider Apocalypses and they all suck.
I know. It might just be Hockey Dude, but that's not him. Is it Hockey X123? Because that's also not him.
Gosh, what is this track? How have we forgotten about this
Great
track?
goalie! That's who it was!
Great goalie!
Oh my
Great
God.
goalie!
Oh, I use hockey because he had like a hockey avatar. Great goal.
And then later on, he was Ben Wubble U. That's what his
Oh.
name is on the site right now. He was
Is he
around like 2 years ago.
Great goalie. What was his numbers?
I don't know.
I think it was like another 8.
Did you find his YouTube? Here, now we know what it is. I'm gonna go back to working on this track.
Can't be doing this for too long. Great goalie. I think it might have been Great Goalie 8. Okay, let's just try every number 1 through 10. Great.
No. Search for his account on We Ride the Lines. It's Ben Wubble U.
Oh, okay.
I'll type it in the chat. Ben Wubble U. That's his name. Great Goalie 17. Ghosty's right. Great Ghosty's right. And it took us forever to notice. Took us forever to notice that he was yelling 17.
I haven't been looking at the chat, okay?
But Ben Wubble U is his username on We Ride the Line. So if you're looking for him on the site, that's his username. If you're looking for him on YouTube, Great Goalie 17. You found anything?
I looked at Great Goalie 17 on YouTube and I can't find anything.
Really?
Because I think I spelled. I think he spelled it wrong.
I'm gonna find it.
Ben Wubble. He has a critic medal, huh? Okay. Contact. Does he have like a site?
I do not know. You could look through his the topics he's made and see if he posted a track. Ooh,
Yes.
Timeline. I found it. I found him. Timeline by Great Goalie 17. I remember this was a thing. Was this the track?
I don't know.
Let's here watch the stream.
It looks pretty scened. I'm gonna pause and play stream because I'm a little bit behind. You guys should use more neon colors. Maybe I'll notice you really quickly. Get blinded.
They were using blue, green, and orange. Those are like the most neon colors you can use.
Ghosties isn't as neon as it could be. It's hurt my eyes, but it's not making me blind yet. It might be the long-awaited movie. Hopefully this is as good as I remember it being. Hopefully this is like even the track that I'm remembering. Oh, maybe it's not. Wait, yes it is. With like the
It
girders.
totally is. See, look. This is it. This is the track.
This is the track, everybody. Yeah, the time machine. Warp. Oh, this is the dinosaur era.
The reef
Ah,
and the snake.
ah.
This is definitely his best track. I remember this.
Oh, that was a cool reef. We could put dinosaurs in our thing. Maybe the dinosaurs caused the apocalypse, not like a nuclear bomb or anything. They just broke everything with their tiny hands.
Right, because he's like going to like different ages.
He's still underwater. I'm pretty sure that time machines don't work underwater. Nice timeline.
I'm at the medieval area and it looks awesome.
I like to see.
I remember the castle being awesome.
Yeah, that's a really good castle. I like the shading. That's kind of what I'm going for in this more angled shading. But mine's more dynamic angled shading, which changes angles.
Ooh, and those shadows of the graves are good too.
Oh, that was a little bit of a crappy bridge. It's a little too rocky.
A little too detailed bridge. I'm going to the I'm like a good 30 seconds ahead of you because you're watching the stream. So
yeah.
Oh my gosh, this next section, these rocks look amazing though.
I can't wait to see them in 30 seconds.
Oh, there's the city. There's the city. That must have been what you were thinking of.
Oh my god, those are some good rocks. Holy crap, I'm jelly.
Watch for the city.
Fuzzy cactus. This is 1826. And he just flew over like, oh my god, this is great. He just flew over like the Space Needle and it's 1826.
Oh, here we are. Here's the end of the world. There's there's like smoke clouds and like a fire truck and a burning car. Yep, this is what you remembered.
Okay. This isn't a symbolic. Is it after war? When fire trucks are still a thing, I'm pretty sure we'd have flying fire trucks in the future.
How far in the future?
This is 2056, and they still have biplanes crashing into buildings.
But they also have aliens.
Oh, well that kind of. Well, I like that cloud. That's pretty.
I really like the nuclear. I'm gonna go back and watch it again. This nuclear explosion cloud. Except that he like bounces around in it too long, but it's like a really cool cloud. Like the drawing itself is really cool.
Should be baked alive in a nuclear cloud. This is not realistic. Right, but we should make this as like realistic as possible, quite honestly, because nobody really accounts for realism in line order tracks.
Okay, yeah, okay. This is definitely gonna be inspiration for this track.
I didn't remember it being that good. I forgot that it was like actually good. But
yeah, this is actually good.
When did that come out?
2009.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's a little bit ADHD, but
yeah, there's a little. I don't know. I can't even explain it. It doesn't. I don't think he knew what he was trying to accomplish, and I say that.
Yeah.
I say that entirely because there were like different timelines mixed in with other timelines. Like if you look, there was seriously the Space Needle in 1826, and then like the next like right after you see like a little wagon mobile.
Yeah.
That is not what happened. I've been there.
Chuggers is from 1826. He knows what happened.
The track is a poor documentary of the history of human civilization. It's completely wrong.
Oh, I need it. It's right there. There we go.
How is our universe, the universe we're creating in this game, in this toy, how is that going to be destroyed?
That's a good question. How would it be destroyed? I mean, you could go to like this stereotypical like nuclear bomb.
There's really no. There's like I was gonna say like maybe not nuclear because that's that's kind of stereotypical in today's media.
What if you go like a Last of Us area where it's like you don't really know?
All right.
It's not totally obvious from watching the track how the world got destroyed, but we know and we kind of put it in somewhere.
And
we're like we've seen it, but it's not like, hey, the world ended with a nuclear bomb, so there's a giant nuclear bomb in the middle of the track. It's like, the world ended with a nuclear bomb, so everything's in ruin, but, like, you don't actually see the bomb happening, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, the world is in a single solid, like, everything, no time passes in the duration of the video.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's only going to be like a 2-minute track anyway.
Well, yeah, but like in Timeline, like there was like burning cars and like a fire truck and like
Oh yeah.
explosions up the wazoo and like smoke everywhere, and it was like, if we made it, I would not want to include things like cars or smoke because they sit still.
Yeah, they're moving objects that are obviously not moving.
Exactly.
We could pull some like extra effort Sorvius stuff and do like when like what was it, Manual Mayhem Extreme, where he's like flying through the rainstorm and there's like lightning strikes.
Oh yeah. Wait,
Small
were
things
those edited?
Yeah, those are edited in.
Yeah. We could do like, you know what we should do is we should have like we should make a sky full of lightning bolts and then like cover them all up and save that as one, and then like cover all but one and save that as like a different save, and then just make like each lightning bolt its own save, and then we could just randomly cut between them.
Yes.
And just like make lightning bolts happen. That would be sweet.
We could have like a nuclear bomb go off in the background, and like how it's like
that
so
would be tricky.
Yeah, but like here's my idea. I have kind of an idea.
Hit me.
Hold on.
What's your idea?
So, like when nuclear bombs go off, it's like so bright that like it's too bright, and like even when cameras record it, it like goes black. Okay, bear with me now. This is a daunting task. We could invert every single line to white, like in that part of Max, okay? We could invert every line to white, okay?
So he's going through this area, and then a nuclear bomb goes off, and the entire world inverts.
Inverts for like 5 frames, maybe 1 frame, and then off in the distance you see like this mushroom cloud just like growing, and that's a daunting task, but
that would be amazing.
And then like,
you know what, we should do it. Just like
shelter.
one part, just like one spot, and we'd basically just be taking a picture of it and then tracing it, except inverted.
Yeah. Okay, idea, sound effects. What do you think? I think I could. Oh, hold on. What if the nuke went off right before he gets into like the spaceship?
Here's an idea. Okay. What if instead of a song in the track, there was like a creepy soundscape that I made?
Okay. We're breaking all the norms.
So it'd be like an eerie like
a wind.
Yeah, like you'd hear like wind, and then there'd be like this huge explosion in the distance, and then there'd be like, I don't know, when he rides on stuff, there'd like we'd have like the scraping sounds like in Transcendental. Like
a Geiger counter.
Except not as annoying as Transcendental.
Yeah, that was or like in a Silk Road Scene.
Yeah, not that annoying. Not that annoying.
People forget about the sound effects in Silk Road
Scene. They're the worst.
They were like, they looped around. How did LRG is a professional person. How do you let that slide?
It's because it was his first like good track, and he didn't know what he was doing yet.
And that submarine that was like completely off camera except for like an inch of it, and he's like, wait a second, that's a whole monument, guys. Like off in like that little like cave. Like he just pauses the thing, reverses, and that ruins immersion, just like in that one by Sephiroth where like he replays the gravity well loop like 30 times.
He does it once, but yes.
It's enough for 30. If you round it up.
If you round it from
if you round it by 30.
You round it up by 30. It's 30 times. So anyway, okay, what are we doing with this? House of Leaves says, I don't know much about House of Leaves, except that it's like a horror story and it's weird and stuff. And wasn't it like something to do with the internet? I don't know.
Kevin MacLeod. I don't really like using his music because it's like the royalty-free stuff that everybody on YouTube has used about at least 1 million times each.
Yeah.
Those are like actual estimates that I just made that are completely based in reality.
And by reality you mean your brain, which is real.
They're grounded in reality because if you look at like any like even the super popular, even like the 10 million subscriber YouTubers use freaking Kevin MacLeod. They can't shell out $20 to get to get permission to use this different song.
Well, why do it when you can use the royalty?
Yeah, everyone's. I hate how they don't know, like don't realize. I mean, I'm sure they realize it, but they don't care. and it pisses me off because I'm sick of hearing like the same it's so average too. It's like you just think music, think like ragtime music, and then exactly what you think is exactly what it is.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna compose this.
That was my rant on royalty-free music.
No. Okay, it's gonna be like. Yeah, it's gonna be like an eerie post-apocalyptic, whatever, soundscape, and then we're gonna have explosion sounds, lightning sounds, etc.
What if we made it post-Tupacalypse and it's like right after Tupac died?
No.
That'd be a good one.
No, not that.
That'd be a good one. The post-Tupacalypse.
I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even want to entertain that idea.
The funniest.
That would be funny if it only took us like, I don't know, like 3 days to make.
Yeah.
This is going to take us longer than 3 days to make.
We could make like preview threads and like keep like daily updates hyping up this thing, and then we release instead the Tupacalypse, and then it's just like Tupac's face like superimposed, just like shitty like offset, this like pencil, just like I got you, and like.
You know what we should do? We should release that the day before we release the actual track.
Mm-hmm.
But like set it up as if it's that track, and then just play the Tupac thing.
My God.
And then the next day the actual track comes out.
My God, that'd be the funny. Oh, what if we didn't even change the thread? So like only the people who are like truly hunters will find that wasn't the real one. Maybe not.
So the thread is like the same. It starts out as the Tupacalypse, and then it becomes
like you go back, edit the and then make it the right one.
Ryder, the whole idea is that we're going to talk about what we're going to do for 2 hours. That's like the purpose of today.
Yes. I think.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it until 6, and then I'm gonna go have dinner with my family. Yes.
If nobody makes the Tupacalypse, I call dibs. Okay? This is a once in a lifetime.
We're not even gonna wait until he dies. We're just gonna do it anyway. Doesn't need to die. The Tupacalypse is whenever he's alive.
Yeah.
Because it's a tragedy. His life.
Ryder, I'll freaking make it, okay, guy? Okay, back to my track. I finished the cloud. This is not enough shading, but I'll let it slide.
Yeah, we are gonna make it. We're gonna make it? What are you talking about?
Maybe not the Tupacalypse, we're not making that.
We're not making that one.
That'll be like I'll make that a solo thing, because...
No, but Chuggers, we totally should... I don't even know what it's going to be, but like when we get to the end of this track, we should like release like a track that pretends to be this track but isn't.
Okay.
I don't know what it's going to be, and don't tell anyone. You just come up with something, and then do it.
I think after the track is released, I'll just like take the master recording and then make the Tupacalypse after...
Okay, so... Going back to the track, so he's gonna ride on like a bridge and then like through some buildings or whatever. Do you like the idea of him going underground? Does that sound dumb?
To like end up in this spaceship, I didn't understand how he's gonna end up.
Oh, you know, okay, so have you seen Incredibles?
Yes.
So like that.
You mean like the evil mountain made by the
yeah, well, yeah, like he goes like underground and then he goes through like whatever, like the exhaust duct or whatever, and then he gets to like the space station place and then goes through the rocket.
You could have said the exhaust duct.
What?
It could be you should have said exhaust duct.
Whatever, exhaust duct.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
No, I meant exhaust duck.
Duck.
It says quack.
Okay.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
That's doable. On second thoughts on this cloud, because it really just like overlays the thing So what I'm gonna do is continue these lines and act like they're part of the mesh, and make this even more cluttered than it already is.
All right. It'll be like Incido Sena, only worse.
Oh God. I think that played it off. I think I played it off making mesh.
To be fair, it won't be hard to make something worse than that track, but you know what I mean. Only more dense and crazy.
I'm gonna make it so dense. I have 2,000 lines in this area alone. I'm seriously going for the line record.
You're going for the gold here.
Going for the line record. I'm gonna beat.
Now the other thing is you actually have to finish the track. That's gonna be the hard part.
I can't stand seeing it like anything below or like above 10K too, so I'm gonna have 80 splits. Wait, okay, so he said the record was like 696, but you're estimating it's more around like 600 to 500,000 because he was crappy with counting lines, right?
He said 500,000 or almost 500,000.
Where the hell did he get 696 from?
No, he has an exact line count. It's just that I don't know how good he was about actually counting them. Mm-hmm. So I have no idea how many of the lines it actually was. I also know for a fact that he scribbles lines everywhere to make the line count go up. Like,
I'm gonna break the record non-scribbling.
Like those flames, like those inverted flames. Like, if you think about how many lines that would take just to make that, and it's like not even that much work because he's using the pencil tool and he's just like, and then he does it the same on the top, and then he fills in black, and it's like, but that just it makes his line count like skyrocket. So, yeah.
Okay, so
rant done.
I should just. I won't even use a pencil tool. That's the challenge. Just fucking break my hand.
Well, pencil tool can be good sometimes. Yeah, I don't even use it very much, but it can be good sometimes.
I think it's good when you're trying to make curves in smaller areas, because I can't make small curves. I can make big curves with big lines, but I can't make small curves with small lines. So I'm just going to scribble out of.
I think the best place to use the pencil is when you want something to look like it's scribbled.
Yeah.
Like that sounds lame, but that's the truth.
Mm-hmm. I like to use it.
I need to figure out where I'm actually targeting his butt here.
Oh. I use the pencil tool when I need to make like the smallest line possible, instead of like work out where the smallest line is with the line tool, because that's
annoying. Yeah. I mean, I know that Ghosty uses it all the time when he's just making small shading lines, which is kind of what you're doing right now, right?
Yeah. Well, this is more of a mesh thing.
You keep saying this word mesh, and I don't
like a 3D.
What
like
you
that
mean?
3D mesh of it. Like, okay, you know, like the end of Metamorphic, that pond.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you're doing.
That's 3D mesh.
Got it.
Just, like dotted 3D mesh of the cloud. I think it works, other than the fact that I had to like play the shoulder fling lines.
I mean, if you're going for cloud, it's a really, really dirty cloud, or like a piece of poop. Because there's so much shading.
the mushroom section of it.
You should just this track should be called Poop.
Okay.
Poop by Chuggers. It's just
the line. It's like piles of crap, like super detailed. I will get like a million line doing this. That's the goal. 1 million. I'm
1 million lines.
I'm 1/500th the way there.
Yeah, I mean, you can get there in a year.
Yeah.
No problem.
I mean, this is like out of all the days I've worked on it for like 2 days. So, that's good progress for just 2 days. That'll take 1,000 days to finish.
My targeting of this contact point in his butt is just really terrible. Actually, it's not terrible.
It's all right. I mean, I think the foot's kind of
the last two are the ones that are. I'm using his butt because that's what the camera focuses on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Kevin's mentioned once, and I was like, oh, noted. So I'm targeting his butt because those will not. Because then when it's going fast, they'll like.
It looks like he's like.
If he spins, the lines will not move around. You know.
Yeah, because of that, you can make like when Bosch is going like diagonal and like he's moving this like the screen diagonally and you're making like a butt fling, the camera like bounces everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's the coolest thing.
I did that once. Like, I was just making gravity wells, and it was like camera shaking all of a sudden. I was like, what is happening?
I've always wanted to like incorporate the camera moving into a track, you know, because like nobody really. It's like the one thing that hasn't really been tapped into. Like how
there's a lot of things that haven't been tapped into, but it is definitely one thing that has not been tapped into is the camera shaking, because you could totally use that to like build intensity.
Like that
or
one.
Like have
that
like
one...
a. Yeah.
Oh, like in a Valence 1. That like string loop, because like the camera moves so fast when he's going around there, like it goes like to each side of it, like it moves in each direction like 10 times in like 1 second, and I was like, wow, that really like plays off the fact that it's like, wow, that's big, neat. Okay, what were you saying?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh.
I don't know. I was just thinking, like, if you were doing like a music syncing track, you could like, I don't know, if you wanted to have like a fling that was really intense somehow, you could do the butt.
Yeah.
The butt shaking fling deal.
We could. What if like when the nuke goes off, there's like a butt fling going to the left and like downwards, but it's like really well hidden and it makes the screech.
Oh, the nuke goes off, and he goes underground to escape the nuke.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna also suggest that, because then like you could have like the sound of like the air rushing towards him, like the like a shockwave, and then like it hits the thing, and like the door closes before it hits the thing, and so like you just hear like a big old like a muffled like explosion.
That would be amazing. Yeah, we're gonna do this. So he comes out and he's exploring around the area, and it's like everything's dead and there's lightning and thunder in the distance, and all of a sudden like a nuke just goes off. And he goes underground to like escape the nuke, and then we have and this whole thing, because did you know I'm actually a sound designer?
I didn't know that.
Like that is my job right now.
Okay, that's perfect for this.
We're gonna do this,
and then we could base it on physics. Look at like triangulate how far away the nuke is.
We don't have to do that, Chuggers. Chuggers.
Counter in the speed of sound. That's like the speed of the shot.
Chuggers, there's some things you don't need to do to make the track look cool.
You know, it'd be like that one thing that like one person would notice in a million years, and it's like, whoa, this track is founded in reality.
Like how Aspie did levitation with only using the ends of the lines for the gravity wells.
Yeah, except this is like a million times more like.
No, we're not. I mean, if you want to do that, you can go for it, but I'm not gonna worry about the triangulating the distance of the
of the nuclear blast, seeing how far away it is. All right. What is the mushroom?
One is off here.
Cloud. Oh.
3. Okay. This one is too high.
Okay, I have the mushroom cloud picture here. Now I just gotta copy it.
This is weird because I'm like scening, but it kind of looks like I'm quirking.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like this looks so much more like I'm making a quirk than I'm making a scenery track, doesn't it?
Except for the fact that they're green lines.
Yeah, except I'm green quirking.
I also had this idea for like. Bosch would say like, you know, you just press the play button and he falls. Except like you would make a track around him, and then like in post you would make like Bosch rotate as if he were riding the track. But like that would require like making the track rotate as you're drawing it frame by frame. And that'd be kind of annoying.
Wait, what day is it? Oh, it's 11. Okay. Did Serial do like the Awesome Games Done Quick?
The run?
Super Mario Sunshine? Like how'd he do? On like
he messed up twice in the end, but all in all, it was like a pretty solid run from what I heard.
Yeah.
He had like 90 to 100,000 viewers the whole time.
Wow. That's insane. That's a lot of people watching.
There's a lot of people watching.
I don't think that many people have ever watched me do anything.
Maybe I mean like not at the same time, but like a cumulative. a lot of your tracks probably have 100,000 views.
Bolted to the Wall and Father's Day Line Rider have a lot of views. The rest do not.
It's gotta be like so nerve-wracking because I watch Serial streams sometimes and it'll peak like 50 to 100 viewers, and that's like seriously like 1,000 times that, and it's gotta be like just sitting there in front of them making sure you don't mess up. That's gotta be hard. I cannot find a good picture of a nuclear blast.
Just take the video that you used.
I should just do that. That was the best thing ever. Maybe not, but that was some pretty still. You gotta commend me on the editing. It's pretty good.
I'm gonna rotate this so maybe you can see my face a little better. Oh, there we go. That's nice.
Serial speedruns Super Mario Sunshine. Like 100%. It's like it's a 100% run, but they just said it was any percent, and that was like weird.
Yeah, he beat the world record for the Super Mario Sunshine 100% run recently, like just after Christmas.
He beat it by like 3 minutes too, which is...
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, whoa, like that's a huge margin. I don't understand the game, so I'm not even really able to watch. But like I watched the end where he was playing it, just because I wanted to, you know, because I know Serial, and I was like, I want to see him, you know, how his reaction. I want to see his reaction to beating the world record.
My favorite baby is... He's like...
He's all grown up now.
He's like a send to the universe of the internet. Except, like, only we know his true calling. Like, us 30 people, maybe like 40 or 50, we know what he really likes. But everyone else just knows that he plays freaking Super Mario.
Okay, so anyway, our track is gonna be...
Our track.
There's not gonna be music, there's gonna be like a soundscape.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, he's gonna start at a bunker and he's gonna go out into the city. I think we should make like a sketchy city, like sketch out things and then make him ride some things, and then later we'll come back and fill in the detail, because then we won't have to worry about, you know, scening. Like we won't have to worry about track making with like a million lines. That's a pain.
Good resolve. That's a good resolve to the whole like track and scenery at the same time. Just like don't put much detail into it.
And then
could have like a billboard that's like the top's blown off. Just a few ideas here.
I'm just trying to get like an idea of the scope of the track. So then a nuclear blast goes off and he goes into, like, we have the whole wherever he is in the city, it inverts, and then he like goes underground.
Yes.
And then the door shuts behind him, and then there's like an explosion beyond the door. And then he goes underground, like the Incredibles secret mountain thing. I don't know why I have that in my head, but that was like, I just sounded really cool to do in Line Rider, make him like go underground and then through all these like I have this idea that's kind of like a sewer system almost, like he has these pipes and stuff he's going through.
All right.
And then he like comes out and gets in a rocket, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, Bosch.
I'm trying to think, like, how do you make Bosch get in a rocket and go up? Because what Sorvius did in Nova. Have you seen Nova recently?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like he basically goes up and he just zooms past the rocket really quickly, and then he goes in this like launcher thing.
Yeah, like how could he have kept saying making that thing that long? He just goes up for like ever. Maybe not ever, but that was like a good length of a thing with the same scenery over.
Yeah, it was a lot. He was pretty patient making that thing, but it's just X's. I mean, it wouldn't take that long.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was gonna make it like detailed and stuff, which is, I guess, what I'd like to do.
I mean, yeah.
I'm insane though. I can fill in scenery for hours on end.
Okay, what if we? Like this is my idea of the idea. So this is like the alpha idea here.
Okay, go for it.
So we get him in the rocket, and then we kind of zoom in so all you can see is the rocket, and there's like nothing like sticking out of the rocket that like is part of like the background. And then we do like the Sorvius kind of thing, where like we switch the track, but we keep the rocket there, and then like we rotate it or something. So
Sorry,
like,
say that again.
Okay, so like he gets into the rocket,
Yeah.
and we do like a cut kinda, and then there's
Okay.
like I don't know how to explain this. Basically, like how Sorvius did the like the track splits in I don't know what one it was, like what was it, the good one,
The
like a
good
super
one.
big one.
Dynamo
the-
Him
the-
X?
Was it like
Supernatural?
that? Yeah,
Oh,
Supernatural.
Supernatural.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, like,
with the
we're, like,
spinny
hands up-
thing.
Yeah, except we don't do that because that's really immersion breaking. So
Yeah.
instead, we're gonna put him in the rocket, and then we're gonna like zoom in or whatever, or keep it at like a zoom level where all you can see is the rocket, and then we like take everything out except for the rocket, and then we put it in there, and then he's in space, in like a different thing, and like you don't even notice the fact that like the soul changes or like the track changes because like all you can see is the rocket.
Say,
But that'd be kinda hard, 'cause in
Wait,
space
so
is
okay,
boring.
so he gets in. Bosch himself is on a sled. He rides
Bosch
into
gets-
a rocket,
Yes.
and then we cut to space. I'm
I don't know.
confused.
It would be the most difficult thing to pull off because
I don't know what you're
space-
trying. What's in your head though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is what's happening
Like-
here?
Okay, Bosch. Okay, I'll draw it.
Okay,
Bosch gets into a rocket.
I know what a rocket looks like. Okay,
Well, this
so
is
that's
just
a
like a
rocket.
diagram. Here's the camera area.
Oh gosh, so it's super zoomed in all of a sudden.
Well, this isn't the size of the rocket. This is a big
Oh.
rocket. Bosch is like dot sized.
Okay.
I don't know how he
Oh,
gets.
got it. I got
he
it.
can make-
Okay, so he
He can
gets in
make
the
a
rocket.
stunning He can make a stunning leap into the rocket because we can't have anything in this area unless we could do like the thing with like like the boarding.
That's what we should
the
do.
boarding
Yeah.
bridge, and then have it like pull away with like magic editing because we're freaking sweet like that. And then
Yeah, that wouldn't be hard. I mean,
Yeah,
to have
that's
a little
like-
bridge like that just move away, that wouldn't be hard at all.
and then maybe the screen can shake or something. And then we take everything outside of this. Shoot, press every wrong button. We take everything.
Make sure not to
Outside
delete any
this-
of those track lines there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me make sure. Okay, we're good. So we do that, and then we somehow take it from this exact view to like a view that's the exact same, but there's like a different track here. So then he's in space, and then you like look over the planet, and it's like crazy messed up.
Got
We see-
it. That sounds amazing. Yeah.
That-
Okay, so wait. So are you saying the rocket will travel with him?
Like, well, I mean, he takes the rocket to outer space.
So the rocket, what? I'm trying to picture this. So what if the rocket like itself, like we make this like animation inline rider that like explosions come out the back and then it moves up.
Okay, this is a pretty doable idea.
Like that sounds ridiculous, but if we don't make the rocket too insanely complicated, we could just redraw it. We just trace it, you know? Just
Yeah,
trace it
yeah.
here and then here and then here and then here and then here.
Or menu.
Yeah.
You bad boys.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. Just thinking about the editing that's gonna happen, this whole track is gonna have to be it's gonna have to be 75% speed so we can get 30 frames, frame perfect recording. Does that make sense?
Kinda. I don't
Because
know.
I don't want to do 60 frames because that would require so many freaking drawings of that rocket.
Well, like,
But if we
Yeah,
did
that makes
30,
sense.
if we did like, if you play the game line rider at 75% speed, then it's like the 40 frames per second. It becomes 30 frames per second. Like,
That's right.
have you watched? Like, I'm sure you've seen Dasite Scened.
mm-hmm.
So that's what it looks like. Like, it looks nice and smooth. It looks good for scenery, really.
Okay, that then would also like give slightly more time to see what has been made.
Exactly. So I vote we just do that whole thing, like do the whole track in that speed, and then when he gets in the rocket would just be 30 frames per second, and it would just be like, I don't know, like 3 seconds for it to get out of the mountain area, because it would like speed up a lot. It'd be like, with like,
Yeah.
we'd have like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 frames of like smoke coming out, and then like 20 frames of it going up, and then it'd be gone.
Okay, this
Wait,
is
so-
really
but-
coming together.
Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I'd want to make like a little test animation first.
Yeah.
To figure out exactly what we're doing. Yeah, we have to do a lot of planning, but I'm like the master of planning, so it's all good.
Yeah. Best planner. Site. This is the first good plan of 2015, one might say. I mean, have any other plans been made?
I have no idea. I have plans that have been around for way too long, but
yeah, but they weren't invented in 2015.
First good plan of 2015. That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
so you said the rocket is gonna fly over the world.
Well, he's gonna get out and then see the world. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, so the rocket lands somewhere else.
No, he's gonna fly to space because somehow Bosch can fly a rocket. There's a plot.
Well, then why does Bosch get out of the rocket?
Wait.
Okay, so okay. Going with my original idea, the rocket shoots up, and then the rocket travels up into space.
Okay, he gets out of the rocket in space to see what has become.
You know what? It's like the sled is like the shuttle.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So he's like in the rocket, and then instead of like the front part of the rocket breaking off, it's like him. He just goes pew, out of the rocket
that would be so
into space.
Perfect.
and then we do like and the rocket's going so fast, and then he shoots out of the rocket, and then he's going even faster, and then there's like the black comes in.
Okay.
So like we have the lines that like lines come in, and it goes basically the whole screen would crossfade from white to black over like 10 seconds.
Oh my god, this is such a good idea, making his thing part of the thing. Making his sled part of it.
Okay, so if we do you want to end it there, or do we want to like
what if he did the end question mark?
we could be asses and say to be continued.
The eventual the 2025 release. This is gonna take forever. How long is this track gonna be?
Probably not long. More like a minute.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be longer than that. A picture like, 15 seconds in the bunker, 15 seconds in the city, 15 seconds avoiding the bomb, 15 seconds traveling to the rocket, and then 15 seconds of traveling up in the rocket. That's like what? Like a minute 15?
Yeah. We should put considerate effort into both the track and the scenery, because like, I don't know, because when I was doing my block on the second block for the marathon, like it took so long to get to like a track where the track was actually like really well played into it, and that was Mysteria.
Yeah.
Because the track and the scenery really blend together. This has to do the same thing, but probably not as high of like a level track as the naked track from Mysteria, because that would be a little too fast, or I don't know.
And well, the naked track from Mysteria, if you look at it, it's like all these circles and curves and stuff, which wouldn't really work with our
You really do like loops. That really wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, loops don't work.
Loops have been destroyed at this point.
Yeah.
Loops have been fired.
So I mean, we could just have like him blast off into space, and then just trying to think of a good way to end, because it's sort of a weird, like we don't have music, so how do we make it like seem like it's the actual ending?
Yeah, why would it need to end? Maybe he was taking the ship.
Maybe he just goes up into space, and then he like runs out of speed eventually, and then just goes straight back down.
What if we made him burn up in like the entry, and it's like, like the worst way to die? Just
That'd be terrible. Oh my gosh.
Just like cheap ending. Feel like Bosch up, burnt up in re-entry. The end.
The end.
The end.
End of the track. Hey, look how much I've done. See that little? Can you even see that? There's like that little line right here.
How...
This is how much I have to do.
Oh, jeez.
And then I have to draw words in like half of those.
And you have to like make them line up perfectly. This is a project. What you're working on is a project that.
No, I'm making the line up perfectly right now, so that won't be a problem.
I mean like the text though. You have
Oh,
to make
but
sure the text is like nice.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, that's why I'm putting these all perfectly in here. And I don't think it'll be like, I don't know, it'll be like 20% of them will actually have like drawing.
Alright.
I'll actually have like drawing words because we're gonna do like the every other, like a flicker thing, which will make half the work and also look cooler. And then I'm also like, there's gonna be times when there's not any words on the.
Alright, I get what you're saying. I think I've eaten out this cloud pretty well. I gotta add more shading to the already dense as hell, like, this area of the cloud, but I think, I don't know, I like it a lot more than I did, now that I've, like, added the thing. We should make
Speed run line rider.
I've actually been thinking about, like, doing, like, a competition to see you can do, like, I don't know, I was gonna say, like, every trick, but there's a lot of tricks.
We already had the speed maze contest. That was Cereal's contest. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, but that's like... Wait, was that the one where you see how fast you can make them go through, like making the track time?
Yeah. And Rothel won that one. He did it like a minute and a half or something like that.
We should just make a competition that has no, like, definite ending. There's just, like, a leaderboard.
I tried to do that with the height and distance contest, and it just didn't take off. Like,
didn't it have, like, a deadline, and then afterwards it didn't?
Well, it had like it was like, this is when I'm going to make the video, and then I'm going to continue the contest. But like 2 people submitted entries after I made the video. It was like, and then that was it. So I unstickied it. Kind of didn't take off.
The problem with, like, mazes in general is that someone's always going to find, like, an exploit, like in the, I think it was IGTB's maze contest or whatever.
Yeah, Aspie's entry.
Yeah, like, he just blows through the wall. That was the coolest thing I ever saw. That was like, I was so amazed when I saw that, when he, like, bursts him through the corner and then flies towards the thing. But that's, I mean, if you could find a way
we did like a, what was it? No, we did find, like, the way you prevent glitches like that, like, you can never prevent, like, speed lining through walls. In order to do that, you just have to make, like, extra lines on the other sides of the walls. But the way you prevent the things is you draw, here, I'll show you. You draw, like, so this is one wall, and then instead of just doing this, because then you can go through that corner, you do this.
I gotta wait for the,
and then you can't get through there.
Alright, oh, that is a good idea.
So that's the way to prevent that.
I mean, like a generally glitchless maze where the start point wasn't right next to the finish point, and then just have, like, no deadline to see you can get through the it could be like.
Here's an idea. What if it was like a maze, except it was just a straight, like, shot? Like, it was, here, I'll draw it.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Like,
it's like this. And the rules are, he can't die. He can't die before or after he gets to the finish, but the fastest you get from the start, like, there's the start and there's the finish. So you can't kill him after you win, but the fastest you get from the start to the finish, that'll be like I'm thinking, like, a long time ago, this would be a really dumb contest, but nowadays there's so many different ways you can slow him up or speed him up and slow him down. People would have people would go crazy over this thing. I think because there's, like, all this stacking techniques, and people are arguing about what gives you the most power and blah blah blah, and
yeah, I think
what gives, like, flings, getting flings going. Like, you, like, use, like, could you get, like, a stack fling thing? I think this would be really cool.
Like, the thing is, like the gravity well stacks don't really work in a straight line. Like, I'm pretty sure that stacked red lines are the go-to thing for just, like, going in a straight line quicker.
Yeah, but what if you did stacked red line gravity wells?
Well, those don't work in a straight line. You have to curve make it work. So, like, maybe.
What if you did like a nose alt fling with stacked red lines?
That I don't know about. I don't know, because when you do, like, stacked red lines, that only edits his rotation. Doesn't really get him as much as, like, if you were riding on top of it. And an alt fling still cannot compare to, like, a red stacked tube. Those are, like, OP.
What if we did it all blue?
That would be kind of neat. There's a challenge.
Let's do it. All blue.
All blue. Okay, what I was thinking is you
How
make
fast can you get him
illusions.
from here to here with only blue lines?
That is a good thing. I bet the ending result would just be like a really super stacked alt fling.
But it'd be blind, so only people who like you can see who's ahead of you and who's behind you, but you can't see what other people's entries look like.
What about the top score? How are we supposed to know who has a top score?
You can see like it'd be like a list of people, like say you had the fastest score, you'd be at the top, and then 3-4 people would be in the list, like you're first, they're second, they're third, they're fourth, but you wouldn't know how much faster they were, how much faster you were, and you wouldn't know you wouldn't know what their entries looked like what
Okay.
they were doing to make it work.
See, my idea was just like, the average maze, except there'd be like a bunch of different categories. Like maybe there were like little coins, and like
Hey,
whoever can get all the coins and
Chuggers, I have an idea about that explosion there. What if you made the lines towards the beginning of the explosion like more longer, like more directional? Give it some more force.
Crap, I don't know what you mean.
Like in the bottom area where it's not like a cloud.
Yeah, like
What
it's
what if you made the lines like longer and like pointed in the direction the explosion is going?
Okay, that would make a lot more sense than what I'm doing. You mean like the mesh lines?
Yeah, the shading lines you have there. So make them like, here, I'll draw a little thingy. So I have an explosion here, right? Well, that's an XY snap explosion. I had XY snap on. Okay, you got an explosion. Right, like that looks phallic, but okay, so that's an explosion. And here you have like dots, whatever. And then
Okay.
here you have like lines like this. So it's like kaboom.
I forgot that Kevin says the dot tool.
Can you see that?
I'm a little bit behind, but
Oh, okay.
okay, I get what you're saying. I will go and do that. Because for the most part, they're already mostly like that, except for like the parts where I'm trying to like outline the fact that the cloud has more than just like vertical
Yeah.
upwards depth.
But like you could make them significantly longer than the ones in the rest
Yeah.
of the cloud, so it looks like there's more like there's more movement to it. You know.
Yeah, I'll go.
I do like this explosion thing because it like you're totally covering up the track, but it worked with the movement of Bosch.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
if you
thought
like
it was like this genius thing I've ever heard.
like
This
if you
fucking-
made like more clouds like this going in other directions, and then he just like explodes out. Like you can make like a little here. I'll draw something. You can make like a little like thing like this in the middle, and then have like the clouds like this.
that would be really hard to do this exact mushroom cloud again.
Well, you wouldn't have to make them exact. They'd be like
Well, yeah, but-
not anything similar.
I
They
would
could be
do that if it
totally
was like,
they could be totally different.
yeah, but they would also be.
Or alternatively, you could make like you have the one mushroom cloud, right?
Yeah.
And it comes out like this. You can have
square
like
that you
like-
would have to.
like a cliff that comes in like this, and then comes in like this. So it's like he's exploding out of a corner of the rock like that. And this is all rock.
I'll make like a half exploded nuclear shell. I mean, like I don't know if I want to do more than just one thing because
Can you see?
very-
Are you
yeah.
caught up yet?
yeah,
So you see how you could like put him in a corner and have like the explosion coming out of the wherever he is,
yeah.
and that could be cool.
Because very rarely would you detonate more than one nuclear bomb at one time. I'm going with the realism on this one.
I don't think it looks like a nuclear bomb explosion because it is.
I think it looks like broccoli.
It's like 10 feet tall.
It's more perspective based. I think towards the top is the real size. Maybe not. Towards the
Okay, so it's like 20 feet wide.
Yeah,
Still not
but
nuclear
it's-
bomb size.
like a half of an ounce of like nuclear material. That's still a huge bomb.
I don't
So
know.
let's-
It's just a normal bomb, okay?
Okay. Yeah, let's just say it's like one dynamite stick.
Yes, that's
Bosch
what it is.
accidentally, like,
Yeah,
ate
no,
it or
he's coming out of a mine or something.
Okay,
It's like
that-
dynamite or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going with this. You get the
that was-
idea.
I'll probably put like a little. I'll put like a crate of like dynamite sticks, and like one accidentally got loose and ran into a fire, and detonated.
100% speed run of Line Rider. What would that even look like?
I was gonna say do every trick,
Yeah,
But if we
and then the
like,
80% would be make a stall.
yeah.
Uh,
I was gonna say do like a maze, and it would have like
because there's like no one's posted in the chat, and I want to see if people are here or not. I have like a crazy idea for a ridiculous track. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you what the song is. I'm not going to tell you why this would work, but it would because it's in a series, and the track would be literally no lines.
okay.
And I'd record Bosch falling for like a minute, and that's the track.
Okay.
Can you picture a thing where that would be cool?
Where Bosch just falls.
Bosch just falls. No, now think about this. It goes with the music, and it's part of a series.
No scenery, right?
No scenery, no track, nothing. He just falls.
Okay, do it. If you could do that, because like,
and make people actually like it.
if this is something you're planning on doing, then you probably have it. Then and it's like a thing worth doing. Then you probably have it planned out to a point where it would work, right? Or do you not?
I think so. I think so. I don't know.
Are you gonna use free falling?
No. No, it's gonna actually be cool.
I thought I had it. This is gonna be a stall.
Nope, no stall. Nothing. No lines. 0 lines in the track.
Oh,
I'm gonna make a 0-line track.
The first 0-line track. You know,
basically, yeah.
Don't count. How are you gonna get it to even play? Because you can't even play with 0 lines.
What? Yes, you can.
Oh, not in Mentor's versions.
Wait, you can't play with 0 lines?
Can you not? I mean, you can't. I thought like you're not allowed to do it until you put like 1 line down and.
Okay, whatever. It won't be a 0-line track. It'll be like a.
Have like a.
Yeah, you can't play with 0 lines. Never mind. I'll just put like 1 line like way away from Bosch, and then it'll just okay. No lines on screen.
Yeah, there you go.
You won't see any lines.
Yeah, but they're gonna be there. I'm gonna know. I'm gonna say, hey, Rabid, this is not a no-line track. There's a line up to like.
It'll look like this.
Corner. I'll call you out so hard, Rabid. I'd be like, oh, okay, this actually has 1 line, and yeah, I can prove it.
No, I won't deny it. I think this track is gonna win the 1-line contest. Also, this track is probably not gonna be made until I'm like an old man. Just because of what would have to come before it for it to work.
I mean, yeah, that if you could make it work, you sound like you have it made. So that would be a good 1-line contest entry. Just make him not even touch the line, because that's like a piece of art in itself. It's like, wow, this is blowing my mind. It's like a social commentary.
It takes way too long to make him vibrate, but yeah, if he fell that far, then he would start vibrating. But that's not going to be part of the track.
I think after a minute he does start, like at least a little when you zoom in. Kind of always is. You just don't notice it because it's not vibrating like whatsoever. What happens if he's going like 8,000 pixels per frame and like he's invisible, and then I just like hit him?
Okay, it's only going to fall for 2 minutes. How long is that? What is that? Here, let me open it.
It's 2 minutes.
I don't know. I don't remember how long it's going to fall for. But whatever. Let's see how long it takes before he actually, like, starts.
But like when the screen's white, you can knock him out of that, right? If you slow him down. 'Cause that'd be really cool. It would also be really annoying. I remember Sheldon, I think, was doing a track, and like he fell for so long he had to go to like Cheat Engine to like speed up the game time to like 20 times so that like he could get down there and work on it.
I mean, you can use the end key to jump to the last drawn line and live draw. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh my god. That's actually a pretty good idea. Make it he's invisible. That's like when he's invisible, that's like 4,000. So you might have to wait for a while, but it'll be worth it.
Okay. So he's fallen. I'm gonna hold. Wait, no. Here's what I'm gonna do. Mark flag, so I don't lose my spit. I'm gonna move fast forward up as high as okay, 8 is as high as I can go. I'm gonna hold fast forward. There's no line, so he should run pretty darn fast. Yeah. Actually, he's not running very fast because I'm streaming and Skyping and whatnot.
Yeah. The huge.
Okay, so I'm already at 30 seconds. He's not going to drop for like 10 minutes, okay? He's going to drop for like 2 minutes.
Like, what if he just made it... If the song's long enough, you could just make him fall until he vibrates out of existence, and that would actually be kind of like... That would actually be like probably the coolest just falling track ever.
He just vibrates out of existence.
That's
you just have like an entire album.
Oh my god. I mean, just take that one. It takes like 5 minutes. I could try it in a second.
Does it take 5 minutes before he's vibrating? Okay, he's starting to vibrate a little after like a minute and a half. You can kind of see it.
But like, he starts vibrating out of existence, and if you made like, if you use a song that builds up perfectly in sync to him, like starting to like vibrate more and more, and then just like cuts off entirely when he just blinks out of existence, that would actually be a successful, cool, just falling track.
That would be really cool. You just gotta find a song that would sync up with that speed. See here, he's been falling for two minutes. He's at 800 speed, and he's kind of vibrating a little. Like if I zoom way in, you can see it.
Give him some time.
But if I zoom out, you can't really.
Is he doing that because he's getting like farther and farther away from the start, or because he's just going that fast?
I think it's because of his distance, honestly.
Huh, I always thought it was because he was going fast. So there really is no rescuing him after he's been shaking that much.
Unless you get him back up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna mark a flag. And then I'm gonna do live draw.
Okay, this is about to be a good one. I'm watching intently.
Oh, it didn't work. What? I thought I enabled playback
I think it's
tools.
because you might just be going that fast. Like, they don't work because he's going so fast that like it extends how long a line can be. Like, really go crazy with the pen tool. Just go like.
I'm gonna switch to the pencil tool.
Just go crazy with the pencil tool.
I'm trying. It's not working.
Okay, he's just going too fast at this point. Here, do the press.
Nope, there it is.
Oh, really?
There's a line. It's really freaking long, but there it is.
All right.
There's maximum zoomed out. I totally drew some lines.
That is a long line.
Okay,
Probably
so
the pass through.
look, there's some lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going like, okay, this is enough of this. Whatever. Enough talking about that. I'm gonna be an old man before it actually happens.
I gotta see if this is. Thank you, Gao. I still have to check every time to make sure it's Gao in the white text.
No, I have another cool idea for a track where it would be it's a music sync track, but there's gonna be like 20 lines in the track, and it's gonna be like 2 minutes long.
Okay.
So he's gonna be falling for a really long time, and then at particular moments in the music, it's gonna hit him and spin him.
Okay, now I don't know if that'd be as cool as just the falling. If you did that, I think it's either you do the falling one or that, because that's like two.
I'm gonna do both.
Okay.
Okay.
Just busting my realms of reality right here, Rabid. I'm gonna stop working on that cloud for finally work on shading this clamshell shaped rock. Talking about vibrating Bosch out of existence, Kevins, with our bare hands.
Ah, we're talking about stuff.
Yeah, it works kinda. This thing.
Oh, I'm making the butt lines because I'm making an animation. And so I'm making green lines to line up with him.
You gotta mark out the keyframes.
Yeah, basically I'm like, this is where my animations are gonna go when I make them. And I'm probably not gonna use all of them, but it's just easier to mark all the keyframes and then... And the reason they're on his butt is because they are, that's where the camera centers.
Mm-hmm. Kevin's is now pointing out that you said butt. Very funny, Kevin.
That's, yes.
That is some adult humor that we are stumbling upon.
Mature audiences only.
Uh-huh. I have been scribbling with a pen tool on these rocks, I won't lie, but it's to give it texture. And it gives it more of a character, you know? It looks a lot better like that than it did this stupid solid line mess.
No, you're just trying to beat Sorvius's line count. That's all you're trying to do here. That's all you care about.
Right. You're right. Let me tell you something. Rabid. You're 100% right. I will do anything necessary within reason. I'm not gonna make like pencil. I'm not gonna fill in like a freaking screen-sized area with pencil. That's out of my freaking.
And remember, I will record this entire thing for you as long as you just don't scene one area twice.
I'm gonna do that, so you can record everything besides that, and then I'll.
So like here, what you should do is you should like erase everything that's texture and just leave the outlines, and then move on and make more stuff, and then erase everything that's texture, and then I'll stitch them all together.
All right.
Speaking of which, I really need to edit Silent Flame. I mean, I'm working on it. It's just taking forever because that track is like 2 minutes long, and it has so much frickin' space recycling that it means I have to like finalize those recordings to be like frame to frame for like every single one for the entire 2 minutes because he goes through the same areas like over and over and over.
That is a daunting task, Rabbit. How do you keep sane doing that?
I did split one. And it didn't go too badly. I need to run through it again and double check that I didn't screw anything up, because when I started going through it, there was some mistakes, and I was like, oh, I have to do this again. I didn't have to do it again, but I have to like go through it again, fix stuff. But I'm basically done with split 1, and there's 8 more, and then 9 and 10 are like really short because they're just like the last little bit that goes like whoop.
Yeah. I wonder how the have you seen the community collab off sled that I made?
Yeah, I did see that. That's gonna be super fun to watch.
I like my the GIF I made for it.
Yeah,
the whole thread in general.
I like the whole thread. Yes, but more especially, I'm excited to see the track.
Like this
the thread is cool, but the track will hopefully be cooler. I mean, I have no idea what people are gonna do, but that's the fun of it. Is like it's gonna be just all sorts of stuff because no one really, we haven't seen like it's gonna be an off-sled Omni is what it's gonna be, which is like no one's done that before.
I'm kind of
I'm just on Pandora. It's a L1011 radio.
I feel like more people should pay attention to off-sled because it's there. And it should be the most common thing made by anybody because Bosch Crash is quite a lot, okay?
No, actually, it's 6 o'clock, so I am going to watch Cruise Control right now.
Control?
Well, it also means that we should be signing off soonish.
Yeah, I have to go soon.
Yeah.
I allotted this time, and this time only.
Oh, I just searched Cruise Control. Like, where's Conundrum's track? Shouldn't it be result number 1?
1,000 freaking cars. I don't know Conundrum was a car, man. From outer space.
Kevin's, you can have Control. Woo! Best track ever.
I watched the other day. I think every part except for like the last 10 seconds is kind of lost its flavor for me.
Yeah.
It's really, I don't know if it aged well besides the crawl manual. The crawl manual takes the cake.
The thing is the best. What I like is that he keeps the sled and Bosch so close together. I have
That's
not
what-
seen a track that, like an off-sled track that does it that well, ever.
That's
Besides
why
this
it was
one.
like a yeah. That's why I made it like a one of the 3 must-follow rules for the thing.
Yeah.
The thing I'm worrying about is it
Like,
offset is
look at
6
that little bit right there at like 35 seconds where it's like
Yeah.
they pop apart like right there. Like, see that? I don't know. You're not watching. I mean, you can't see,
Well,
but you're like
I could, yeah.
it's at 33 seconds. They like pop together and pause and then explode apart. Bam.
Okay, so like that's one of the rules. I feel like I'm kind of worried about the result of this, like the whole thing, because offsled is seriously the easiest style to just like grief a collab in, because there's like a lot
The
of
crawl manual is like the best thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Oh my gosh. How does he even do that?
That is like as balanced as hell.
Also, look at this. Look at what he does with the sled before it. The sled does his like big tail manual, and then it recycles it as a tail manual, and then they pop up together, and then he does the crawl manual with the sled going berserk up above. It's like the coolest track.
Section's so cool. I like how like the sled's doing its own thing when he's in the crawl manual too. That always like mystified me how he did that so well.
Yeah. No one's ever even tried to do this before or since.
But you know, that's
I'm super bummed that I forgot to put that in the marathon, because that would have been such a good track to talk about.
I'm just hoping nobody tries to do like super stacks, because that's kind of like.
Did I say Kevin's name? Did I ever say Kevin's name? What did I say to him? I don't remember. Oh.
Like I'm worried that people are gonna like try to do like super stacks and like not realize that's not too original at all with flat sled or off sled. Like I want to see like somewhat new things in this.
You should make a part.
I did make the first part.
Oh, okay. Did you make it new?
Yeah, I'll make a new part.
No,
Like,
did you make it cool?
I made it like the GIF, how like the lines are inside the sled. That was my part. So like I drew a sled and I was like, okay, how can I make the first part? And then I hid all the lines used in like the drawing of the broken sled. So like that was my first part. I'm gonna make like a serious part later on.
Cool. Kevin's, you can. You can have. Yes, you can have the. Oh, stream is black.
Yeah, it did go black.
No. Am I back yet?
I'll pause and play. Yes, you're back.
Okay, cool. I might have been when I watched Cruise Control. My internet decided not to work anymore.
There we go. You hit the pause and play, and it works.
Apparently, I'm back, and it doesn't really matter because this is kind of the end.
Yeah.
Well, I like your explosion. I like how he's going to be coming out of like a crevice in the rock somehow.
Thank you.
Your new rock looks cool. The sun rays look cool.
Sun rays.
I don't even know what to call those things, but yeah.
Perspective sun rays. Trying to make a little bit of sense with how things are shaded. I'm trying to add a lot of
Check out what I did.
Made a lot of butt wells.
I made a lot of green line butt line things. Look how many I made though.
That's a lot. You made some pretty good progress. Zoom out. How close are you now?
Well, the thing is that they get
progressively farther and farther apart.
Yeah. So this is what I've made so far. Here, let's do it time wise.
Oh yeah. How many more lines you got to make?
Okay, so I start at 5 seconds. Around 5 seconds. It's like 4 and something. Where's the first one I made? It was like 4.5. Because I think where I want to start putting the lyrics in is like 5 seconds in, so I started at like 4:20. Okay, so let's just say I started at 5.
All right.
And I made until 6. So I made a second. And I have to keep making them until I get to...
Oh, jeez.
Okay, that's kind of a lot.
That is a lot.
Okay, 15 seconds. So I've made like 1/15. That's kind of a lot.
Dang.
How many did I make in warp though? I don't even
Probably
know.
not that many. 15 times like 40, like frames of that.
Well, warp I had
600 lines, Rabid. You have 600 lines to like place like that.
Did I say? I did not say 420. That was Chuggers. No, I did. Now I said 420.
Oh, got him. If you're gonna make 15 more seconds of that, that is 600 lines, Rabid. That
Okay,
is
so make a 600 line fling. Is that hard?
well, that's
It's
yeah,
like making 600 line fling, except he doesn't have to survive.
yeah, except it's a chain.
Oh, it's a 600 line chain, and he doesn't
Yeah.
have to survive. Actually, it doesn't affect him at all.
Yeah.
So it's not actually that hard.
What if I killed him with scenery? Would I get like an award for that?
You killed him.
Purely scenery.
I'm pretty sure you can't do that.
What if I did?
If you did, I would ask Kevin's how it was possible.
Evans, are you here? Because I'm gonna ask you if it's possible.
Is
Can
it
I kill
possible
him
for
with
Chuggers to
scenery?
kill him with scenery? Could he
Mhm.
like somehow draw so many lines that it is possible? Oh
All right.
boy.
We won.
I think he might be
guys.
trolling us.
We've won. It's possible for me and me alone. I'll kill Bosch. What I'll do is I'll make a scenery. I'll make a panorama so beautiful Bosch will have a heart attack and die. You should make that a thing. If it's too beautiful, Bosch will like fall over.
That should be programmed into the code, Kevin's. If the scenery is too beautiful, and by that I mean there's more than 10,000 lines on the screen at once,
Yes.
he dies.
That'd be cool. That'd be like a cool thing for scenery.
That would
Have
not
to
be a
have,
cool
like-
thing because then I couldn't draw more than 10,000 lines on the screen at once, and that'd make me sad.
Oh. Yeah, I guess so.
I'm pretty sure there have been 10,000 lines on the screen at once in other places before.
You could scribble out 10,000 lines on the screen at once with the pen tool.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm trying to find a...
What if there were 10,000 lines in like a 10 sled length radius from Bosch, and then he dies?
Yeah, but they
Because
have
that
to
I would be okay with, because if anyone gets 10,000 lines in that little space, there's nothing they're doing besides just scribbling in that one
Yeah.
spot.
What if we make it so if 10,000 lines are established in the shape of the Mona Lisa, Bosch takes out a camera and takes a picture of it? What do you think?
That would be a little difficult to program.
Okay,
It
come
might
on.
be a little hard.
It's like it like always looks really
Like
similar.
every step it checks, is the combination of all of these lines, does it look like the Mona Lisa? Like the whole like image comparison algorithm built into it. And it's like it like creates the picture, takes a screenshot, and compares it to the Mona Lisa every frame.
Evans, what is the feasibility of this thing that we're asking for? What is the feasibility?
Chuggers, it's
Come on.
possible. It would just lag the hell out of everything because every single frame, if you check for that, it would have to take a picture and compare it to the Mona Lisa, and that takes a really long time. So it'd be like LineRunner would run at like half a frame per second on the fastest computer.
Just so that like Bosch can take out like a little picture, like a little camera, and take a picture, then put it back in his pocket.
How do we end up talking about such ridiculous things?
Because it would work.
I don't even know.
This
Okay.
is something that could
Oh,
work.
Kevin, something that's still annoying me is I can't make this smaller because then the lines go away, like the counts. And I wanted to make my stream smaller and Chuggers' stream bigger, but I couldn't because it would cut off the words and it was annoying. Just a note. Okay,
All right.
I'm gonna go, I guess.
All right.
Good luck with the scenery. Kevin's called stream, so yeah, I guess he can stream next.
All right.
Bye, everyone. Thanks to everyone for tuning in for this pretty low-key Squirrel Broadcast.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.